Welcome to Numismatics Hub, your ultimate destination for fascinating stories, rare coin discoveries, and all things numismatics. Join us as we explore the world of currency and uncover hidden treasures one coin at a time. The 1974 USA 1-cent penny is a coin that holds a fascinating story, a story of history, design, and, ultimately, immense value. This humble penny, though small in size, carries with it a legacy that stretches back to the origins of American currency. Today, we're diving into the history, design, minting details, and, of course, the collector's appeal of the 1974 penny. We'll also explore why this particular penny could be worth a shocking $145,000 today. Yes, you heard that right, this small piece of copper has captured the attention of numismatists and collectors alike, and its journey is worth telling. It all starts in the early 1970s. A time when the United States was grappling with inflation and economic changes that would shape the future of its currency. The penny at the time was seen as an integral part of the nation's coinage system, but it was facing a challenge. In 1971, the U.S. Treasury began to transition from using 95% copper for the penny to a composition that included more zinc, a decision that was prompted by the rising cost of copper. The change was made to keep the cost of minting pennies manageable, but it also meant that the penny, once purely copper, would now have a more complex mixture of metals. This shift in composition would mark the beginning of an important chapter in the story of the penny. Now, let's focus on 1974, the year in question. By this time, the U.S. Mint had already started experimenting with different materials and production methods, and the 1974 penny reflects that. The coin continued to feature the familiar design of Abraham Lincoln, which had graced the penny since 1909. This iconic design, created by Victor David Brenner, features a profile of Lincoln on the obverse, along with the inscriptions "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the year of minting. On the reverse side, the coin displays the inscription "E Pluribus Unum" and the words 1 cent under a simple but striking image of a wheat stalk. This reverse design, known as the wheat reverse, was used from 1909 until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. In 1974, the wheat reverse had been long gone, replaced with the more familiar Lincoln Memorial design, which had debuted in 1959. The memorial was a tribute to Lincoln's legacy and the United States' dedication to preserving the ideals of freedom and democracy. But, as we know, it's not just the design that makes a coin significant, it's also the materials and minting processes involved. In 1974, the penny was struck with a mixture of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making it heavier than the pennies minted in later years, which would include more zinc and less copper. The distinct copper sheen of these pennies gives them a classic look and feel, one that collectors often seek out. But it's not just the composition that makes the 1974 penny stand out, it's also the condition of the coin that matters. As with any collectible, the condition of the coin can make a huge difference in its value. A coin that has been well preserved, with no significant wear or damage, will always be worth more than one that has been heavily circulated. And this is where the 1974 penny comes into play. Over the years, certain pennies have survived in pristine condition, and these coins have become highly sought after by collectors. But even beyond condition, there's another reason why the 1974 penny is such a big deal. In the world of numismatics, there are certain key coins that are considered rare due to their production numbers, minting errors, or historical significance. The 1974 penny is one of these key coins, particularly because of its minting error. This error is what makes the 1974 penny such a potential goldmine for collectors. In some cases, certain 1974 pennies were struck with a double die obverse, meaning that the design was stamped onto the coin more than once. This resulted in a blurry, doubled effect on the image of Lincoln and the lettering. This double die error is extremely rare and has made certain 1974 pennies worth an incredible amount of money. Imagine stumbling upon a 1974 penny in your change or going through a collection of old coins, only to discover that it is one of these elusive double die pennies. You could be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. But what is the actual value of the 1974 penny today? Well, it's time to reveal the surprising truth. While most 1974 pennies are still worth just 1 cent, a 1974 double die penny can fetch an incredible price at auction. The highest recorded sale for a 1974 double die penny has reached up to $145,000, a price that reflects the rarity and desirability of these coins. Yes, you read that right, $145,000 for a penny. So, what makes these double-die pennies so valuable? For starters, they are extremely rare. Only a small number of 1974 pennies were struck with the double-die error, and even fewer have been preserved in excellent condition. Additionally, the demand for these coins among collectors is incredibly high, which drives up the price. The 1974 double-die penny has become a holy grail for coin collectors, and its value continues to rise as more people become aware of its existence. The 1974 double-die penny is a perfect example of how a small mistake in the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a highly valuable collector's item. It also shows how the world of numismatics works, how rarity, condition, and historical significance all come together to determine the value of a coin. Now, you might be wondering how to tell if your 1974 penny is one of these valuable double-die coins. It's not always easy to spot the error, but there are a few key indicators. First, take a close look at the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. If you notice any signs of doubling or a blurry effect around the design, it could be a double-die penny. The most noticeable doubling often occurs on the date and the word liberty. If these areas appear to be doubled, you may have a valuable coin on your hands. If you believe you've found a 1974 double-die penny, it's important to have it authenticated by a professional coin grader. This step is crucial because it will determine the coin's true value and whether it's worth submitting for auction. A professional grader will carefully inspect the coin, taking into account its condition, the clarity of the doubling, and any other factors that may influence its worth. In the world of numismatics, the 1974 penny has become a symbol of both history and mystery. It's a coin that reminds us how something as simple as a penny can hold incredible value, both in terms of its design and its rarity. For collectors, finding a 1974 double-die penny is a momentous occasion, one that can lead to a significant financial reward. And for those of us who simply enjoy the beauty and history of coins, the 1974 penny remains a fascinating example of the stories that lie behind the coins we carry in our pockets every day. So, next time you're flipping through a jar of loose change or going through old coins in your collection, take a closer look at any 1974 pennies you come across. It might just be the one that changes your life. In conclusion, the 1974 USA 1-cent penny is much more than just a small piece of currency. It's a symbol of history, design, and the intricate world of coin collecting. Its story reminds us that even the most overlooked objects can hold immense value, and that with a little bit of knowledge and a lot of luck, we might just stumble upon a small treasure hidden in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a passing interest in coins, the 1974 penny is a reminder that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact. And who knows? You might just find a penny worth more than you ever imagined. As we wrap up this deep dive into the 1974 USA 1-cent penny, let's take a moment to reflect on how this humble coin, once simply a tool of daily transactions, has transformed into a treasure trove of history, rarity, and mystery. For decades, pennies have been dismissed as the lowest denomination in our currency system, coins that clink around in pockets and jars, often disregarded and forgotten. Yet, the story of the 1974 penny proves that, in the world of coins, nothing is ever truly insignificant. Every coin, no matter how small or seemingly ordinary, has the potential to hold something rare, valuable, and historically meaningful. The journey of the 1974 penny, its design, its minting errors, its subsequent appeal to collectors, is a perfect example of how sometimes the most unexpected items can become highly coveted. Collectors and enthusiasts spend years searching for elusive coins, but often, it's the thrill of the hunt, the discovery of something rare, that makes the process so exciting. And in the case of the 1974 double-die penny, that thrill has led many to find not just an interesting piece of history, but a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. But the 1974 penny isn't just about money. It's about preserving and appreciating the history and craftsmanship behind American currency. Every coin tells a story. Whether it's the story of the penny's original design, the shift in materials during the 1970s, or the rare mistake made at the mint, each aspect of this coin's journey contributes to the broader narrative of how we understand money, economics, and even culture. For those of you who are new to coin collecting or are looking to start a collection, the 1974 penny can serve as an intriguing entry point. With such a simple and familiar design, it's a great coin to begin with, and as we've learned today, it's full of potential for those who are curious enough to dive deeper. If you find yourself holding a 1974 penny, or any other coins for that matter, take the time to examine them closely. With a magnifying glass, you can spot details that might otherwise go unnoticed. A careful inspection could lead you to discover minting errors, rare varieties, or even the kind of treasure that could change your life. And let's not forget about the role of professional graders and auction houses. If you happen to come across a 1974 penny that looks a little different from the others, if it shows signs of doubling or appears to have unique characteristics, it's worth taking the extra step to have it authenticated. These graders have the expertise to distinguish between the run-of-the-mill coins and those that stand out as rarities. Their insight can help determine whether your coin is just another piece of pocket change or something much more valuable. Of course, we can't ignore the excitement that comes with the value of these coins. While it's important to remember that the vast majority of 1974 pennies are worth just their face value, knowing that a small percentage of them can sell for upwards of $145,000 adds a sense of adventure to the whole process. It's that knowledge, that spark of possibility, that keeps collectors scouring coin rolls, browsing through estate sales, and spending hours researching online auctions. The possibility of finding a rare gem keeps the excitement alive, and the 1974 penny is one of those coins that continues to captivate collectors year after year. So, if you're a coin collector, or even if you're just starting to dip your toes into the world of numismatics, remember the lessons of the 1974 penny. Don't overlook the coins you come across. Look for the signs of rarity, for the details that set certain coins apart from the rest. In a world where people are often more focused on the bigger picture, the higher denominations, the more well-known coins, sometimes the real treasures can be found in the most unassuming places. Moreover, for those of us who simply appreciate the historical significance of objects, coins like the 1974 penny serve as a reminder of how the past is preserved in the present. We often talk about the importance of keeping history alive, and the 1974 penny is a perfect example of that. A simple coin can hold within it the echoes of an era, a glimpse into the changing world of American currency, and the lasting legacy of Lincoln himself. Whether or not you ever find a 1974 double-die penny or any other valuable coin, the process of collecting itself can be incredibly rewarding. It's a hobby that encourages patience, attention to detail, and a deep respect for history. It's a hobby that connects people, whether they're fellow collectors at an auction or individuals admiring a coin collection from afar. And, in some cases, it's a hobby that can result in a very pleasant financial surprise. In the end, the 1974 penny represents more than just a coin. It's a reminder of how history and art intersect in the world of money. It's a piece of Americana, and its tale is far from over. With each passing year, more and more people are discovering the wonder of coin collecting, and the 1974 penny is likely to remain one of the most iconic coins of the 20th century. Who knows what other gems from the past are hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone to take a closer look and uncover their hidden value. So, next time you're flipping through a pile of coins, take a second to pause and inspect each penny carefully. Maybe, just maybe, you'll come across a 1974 double-die penny that's worth more than you ever expected. And if you do, you'll have a fascinating piece of American history in your hands. A coin that bridges the past and the future, and a symbol of the unexpected treasures that can be found in even the most ordinary places. Who would have thought that a coin worth 1 cent could become the key to unlocking a small fortune? In the world of numismatics, anything is possible. So keep your eyes open, your curiosity sharp, and who knows, you could be the next person to uncover a hidden treasure worth $145,000 or more. The captivating world of coin collecting, the story of the 1974 penny serves as a shining example of how the smallest details can lead to great discoveries. In fact, it's these subtle and often overlooked details that make the world of numismatics so exciting. When you start to understand the nuances of coin design, the variations in minting, and the mistakes that can happen in the production process, you realize that each coin is not just a piece of currency, but a piece of history waiting to be uncovered. But it's not just the rare errors like the double die on the 1974 penny that make this hobby so thrilling. There are countless other aspects of coin collecting that can open doors to incredible treasures. For example, there are coins that are valuable because they were produced in limited quantities or because they were released at a specific time in history. These coins may have been part of a special commemorative series, or perhaps they mark an important political or cultural event. The 1974 penny, while certainly special for its era, is only one example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can take on extraordinary significance. Let's also consider the broader impact of coin collecting. Beyond the financial rewards, it's a hobby that allows people to connect with history on a deeper level. For many collectors, the appeal of coins lies in their ability to tell a story. When you hold a coin from a particular era, you're not just holding a piece of metal, you're holding a link to the past. Whether it's the 1974 penny, a coin from the early 1900s, or an ancient Roman denarius, each coin has a story to tell, a narrative that reflects the time and place in which it was minted. And while some coins are worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, many collectors find joy in collecting coins for the sheer enjoyment of the hunt. It's about piecing together a collection over time, learning more about different types of coins, and gaining a deeper appreciation for the craftsmanship involved in their creation. The value of a coin is not always measured by its price tag, it can also be measured by the memories and experiences it provides along the way. For some, coin collecting becomes a family tradition passed down through generations. A father might teach his children the art of collecting, showing them how to identify key features of a coin, how to research its history, and how to properly care for their collection. The 1974 penny could very well become part of that family collection, passed down as a cherished relic of the past, a reminder of a time when simple coins could hold so much more than just monetary value. If you're someone who enjoys a challenge, coin hunting offers plenty of opportunities to test your skills and knowledge. Each time you scan a roll of pennies or sort through a jar of old coins, you're not just looking for money, you're looking for pieces of history. The search for rare or unique coins can be incredibly satisfying, and the discovery of something valuable is always a thrill. Whether it's a 1974 double-die penny or a coin from a completely different era, the excitement of finding something unexpected never gets old. It's also worth noting that the world of coin collecting isn't just for collectors with deep pockets. While some coins can fetch exorbitant prices at auction, there are plenty of opportunities for anyone to get started with collecting. In fact, many people begin their collections with coins that are not particularly rare or expensive, gradually working their way up to more valuable pieces as their knowledge and expertise grow. With a little research, some patience, and a passion for history, anyone can start their journey into the world of numismatics. As you continue to explore the world of coins, it's essential to remember that the value of a coin isn't always about how much it's worth in dollars. The true value lies in the history, the craftsmanship, and the story that each coin carries with it. A coin like the 1974 penny, which may seem like just another small piece of change at first glance, holds the potential to connect you to a larger narrative, one that spans decades, centuries, or even millennia. And as we've seen with the 1974 double-die penny, sometimes the most ordinary of coins can transform into extraordinary treasures. While it's exciting to know that a penny can be worth as much as $145,000, the real magic happens when collectors begin to appreciate the journey each coin takes, from its minting to its circulation and, eventually, to its place in a collection. A coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a window into the past, an artifact of a particular moment in time. For those who may be skeptical about the allure of coin collecting, consider the thrill of discovery. The possibility that a small, seemingly insignificant coin might one day turn out to be a rare and valuable find is what keeps many collectors coming back for more. Whether it's a 1974 penny, a 1913 Liberty Head nickel, or an $1,804, every coin has the potential to be the next big find. And for those who are just starting out, the 1974 penny is a perfect example of how even a common coin can carry enormous potential for those with a keen eye and a sense of adventure. The next time you come across a 1974 penny, whether it's in your pocket change or nestled among your collection, take a moment to appreciate its significance. It's more than just a penny. It's a small piece of American history, a reminder of how our currency has evolved over time, and a potential goldmine for the discerning collector. The 1974 penny's story isn't over, and who knows? Perhaps you'll be the one to uncover its next chapter. Whether you're searching through old coins, studying the history behind each one, or simply marveling at the artistry of coin design, remember that the world of numismatics is filled with hidden gems waiting to be discovered. The 1974 USA 1-cent penny may just be one of many coins with untold stories and unseen value, and as you continue your journey through the fascinating world of coin collecting, you'll find that the treasures you uncover are not only monetary, they're a connection to the past and a testament to the beauty of the coins that surround us every day. So, keep collecting, keep exploring, and always remember, a coin is never just a coin. It's a piece of history. The 1988 USA 1-cent penny is more than just a simple piece of change. It's a coin that might seem unremarkable at first glance, but for collectors, numismatists, and even casual enthusiasts, it holds a fascinating story. Imagine walking past a penny in your pocket, tossing it into a jar, or leaving it on the sidewalk. But for some people, that small, almost insignificant coin could be worth far more than just 1 cent. In fact, the 1988 penny, in certain conditions, has been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $144,000. Let's dive into the story behind this penny, and I promise, by the end, you'll look at your change a little differently. The story of the 1988 penny begins, like many great tales, in a time of change. The United States Mint had been producing pennies for over 200 years by the late 1980s. The penny's design had evolved many times, but the core concept remained the same: a small, affordable coin that represented a single cent in American currency. The most iconic penny design in history, however, is the Lincoln cent. It was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin's obverse features a portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse originally depicted 2 wheat stalks, symbolizing the country's agricultural roots. The wheat cent design was used for decades until it was replaced in 1959 with the Lincoln Memorial design, a tribute to Lincoln's legacy and the monument built in his honor in Washington, D.C. But by the late 1980s, the U.S. Mint was preparing to make further changes. The year 1988 didn't mark a drastic design overhaul, but it did occur during a time when the penny was coming under increasing scrutiny. The cost of producing pennies had risen due to inflation, and there was ongoing debate about whether the penny had outlived its usefulness. Despite these debates, the 1988 penny, like its predecessors, was struck in copper-plated zinc. For the 1988 penny, the production process was essentially the same as the years prior. Pennies were minted at the U.S. Mint's facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, though the latter minted fewer pennies that year due to its focus on proof coins for collectors. The minting process itself, however, was fascinatingly intricate. The U.S. Mint used copper and zinc to strike the coins, creating a durable surface that could withstand the rigors of circulation. This process resulted in pennies that were designed to last and endure, and their presence on the streets of America was nearly constant. But it wasn't until later that people began to realize that some 1988 pennies had a unique quality, one that set them apart from the millions of other pennies minted that year. Numismatists, the expert collectors and dealers in coins, started to take notice of an anomaly that would make the 1988 penny special in the eyes of the few who knew its secret. The key to the 1988 penny's incredible value lay in a small error, a minting mistake that turned an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. During the minting process, a small number of pennies were accidentally struck with a slightly off-center die, causing a subtle yet significant shift in the design. As a result, these coins, which were initially seen as nothing more than imperfections, became incredibly rare. While most 1988 pennies were produced with precise designs, these off-center varieties became a sought-after treasure among collectors. The mistake may seem small, but for coin enthusiasts, small errors can lead to big money. A tiny variation in design, a misaligned die, or an off-center strike can make a coin extremely rare, and when rarity meets demand, the value of the coin can skyrocket. The 1988 penny was a perfect example of this phenomenon. These off-center coins, once thought to be damaged or misprinted, became prized specimens. Their value was driven by their rarity, their connection to the U.S. Mint's complex production process, and their place in American history. So, what does it take to find one of these elusive, valuable 1988 pennies? Well, the first step is to know what to look for. Most of the time, a typical penny from 1988 will look like any other coin. It will have the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse and the image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. But if you look closely at the off-center pennies, you'll notice that the design is skewed or misaligned in some way. Perhaps Lincoln's face is slightly cut off, or the memorial's columns are not fully visible. It's a subtle error, but it makes all the difference. These off-center errors can vary in severity. In some cases, the design might only be slightly off-center, while in other cases, the design can be so misaligned that part of the coin is almost blank. The more extreme the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors often seek out these coins for their rarity, as each one is a unique piece of history, a reminder of the human touch involved in minting each coin and the small mistakes that can turn an everyday item into a treasure. As the years passed, word spread about the 1988 penny's hidden value. Collectors and dealers began scouring their change for these rare coins, and soon the 1988 penny became a sought-after item in the world of numismatics. The allure of the coin was heightened by its connection to the larger history of American currency, as well as its connection to Lincoln, one of the most revered figures in U.S. history. In 2009, an event occurred that would forever cement the 1988 penny's place in coin collecting history. A particularly rare and well-preserved off-centered 1988 penny was sold at auction for a stunning price. The sale set a new benchmark for the value of the coin, and suddenly the 1988 penny was being talked about everywhere, from coin forums to national news outlets. As collectors clamored to get their hands on one, the price of these rare pennies began to climb. Now, here comes the truly remarkable part. Some of these 1988 pennies, particularly those with extreme off-center errors, have been sold for as much as $144,000. Yes, you heard that right, $144,000 for a single penny. This is a sum that would make any coin collector's heart race with excitement. But how did such a modest coin become worth so much? The answer lies in its rarity, its minting mistake, and its desirability among collectors. So if you ever come across a 1988 penny in your change, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. It might not be worth much at first glance, but with a keen eye, you could be holding a coin that could change your life. Of course, most 1988 pennies won't be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, but the thrill of discovery is what keeps collectors hunting for that elusive rare find. In conclusion, the 1988 USA 1-cent penny is a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary things in life can hold extraordinary value. Whether it's a mistake made during the minting process or a simple twist of fate, this small, seemingly insignificant coin has captured the imagination of coin collectors around the world. Its value is a testament to the fascinating world of numismatics, where rarity, history, and a little bit of luck can turn an ordinary coin into a prized possession. So, next time you're sifting through your change, take a moment to check those pennies. Who knows, you might just be holding a piece of history worth far more than 1 cent. Now, let's explore the world of coin collecting a bit further. While the 1988 penny is certainly one of the most well-known examples of a valuable modern-era coin, it's far from the only one. The world of numismatics is full of stories like this, coins that were once discarded or overlooked, only to be rediscovered years later as highly sought-after collectibles. But what makes the 1988 penny so special? For one, it represents a perfect blend of rarity and imperfection. Most coins in circulation today are mass-produced with little deviation from the intended design. The precision of modern minting technology ensures that errors are few and far between, making those that do occur all the more valuable. A minting error like the one found on the 1988 penny isn't just a mistake. It's a reminder of the human element in the minting process. The U.S. Mint, for all its technological advancements, still relies on machines operated by people, and even with the best technology, mistakes can happen. When they do, it's not just a flaw, it's a potential treasure. The idea that a minting error could be so valuable speaks to the inherent unpredictability of coin collecting. No one could have predicted that a simple penny from 1988 would one day command such a high price. Yet, for those who understand the appeal of rare and unique coins, the value of the 1988 penny is no surprise at all. It's the same reason why people are willing to pay enormous sums for baseball cards, comic books, or vintage cars. There's an allure to owning something rare, something that others might not even recognize as valuable. So why do people collect coins in the first place? For some, it's a hobby that connects them to history. Each coin tells a story, a snapshot of a specific time and place. With the 1988 penny, for example, it's a reflection of the late 1980s, a period of economic change in the United States. The penny itself was produced during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, and it's a piece of the larger story of U.S. currency at a time when the cost of minting coins was a growing concern. For others, coin collecting is about the thrill of the hunt. There's something incredibly satisfying about finding a rare coin in your pocket change or at a local antique shop. It's the kind of discovery that makes you feel like you've stumbled upon something valuable, even if you didn't know it existed before. The hunt for rare pennies, including the 1988 era penny, has become a kind of treasure hunt for collectors who eagerly search through boxes of old coins, attend coin shows, or monitor online auction sites to find the next great find. For the most dedicated collectors, coin collecting is a passion that goes beyond the thrill of discovery. It's about connecting with a community of like-minded individuals. Coin collectors often form tight-knit communities, whether online or at local clubs, where they can share knowledge, swap coins, and learn from one another. The 1988 penny, like many rare coins, has sparked discussions, debates, and exchanges among collectors, each of whom brings their own unique perspective on its value and significance. Beyond its rarity, the 1988 penny also holds appeal because of its symbolism. As a symbol of the Lincoln Cent series, it's tied to the legacy of one of the most important figures in American history. Abraham Lincoln's image has graced the penny for over a century, and his likeness has become a symbol of American ideals, democracy, and perseverance. The 1988 penny is a small tribute to Lincoln's enduring influence on the country, and for many collectors, owning one of these rare coins is a way to honor his memory. Now, let's consider the broader impact of the 1988 penny on the world of coin values. The penny has always been one of the most abundant and accessible coins in circulation, and its status as a low-value coin meant that it was often overlooked by collectors. However, in recent years, the market for error coins has seen a significant rise. Coins like the 1988 penny have shown that even the most humble of coins can hold tremendous value when they possess a unique characteristic or an error. As a result, the value of error coins has surged, with many collectors now willing to pay tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars for the right specimen. But how does one go about finding these rare error coins? The process isn't easy, and it requires a good deal of patience and expertise. Most collectors recommend starting with the basics, becoming familiar with common coin designs, understanding the typical characteristics of the coins you're collecting, and learning how to spot errors when they occur. Identifying a rare coin is about more than just knowing what the error looks like. It's about understanding the history of the coin, the production methods, and the factors that could lead to a minting mistake. For those interested in learning more about the 1988 penny and other rare coins, there are plenty of resources available. Coin collecting books, websites, and online communities are great places to start. In fact, the internet has made coin collecting more accessible than ever before. Today, collectors from all over the world can connect with one another, trade coins, and share knowledge about rare finds. There are also online marketplaces and auction sites where coins can be bought and sold, making it easier than ever to acquire valuable pieces for your collection. But let's not forget the true essence of coin collecting, the joy of discovery. The world of coins is filled with countless treasures waiting to be found, and the 1988 penny is just one example of how something so simple can become so valuable. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the hobby, there's something special about finding a coin that tells a story. A coin that might just be worth far more than you ever imagined. As we wrap up this journey into the world of the 1988 penny, we're reminded that value isn't always about how much something costs in the moment. It's about the story it carries with it. The 1988 penny's journey from an ordinary piece of change to a rare, high-value collectible is a testament to the fascinating and unpredictable world of coin collecting. Who would have guessed that a simple penny, produced in mass quantities, would one day be worth $144,000? So, as you go about your day sifting through change, remember the lessons of the 1988 penny. In a world where so many things are discarded and overlooked, sometimes the smallest, most humble objects can hold incredible value. Keep an eye out for those pennies, and who knows, you might just be holding a piece of history worth far more than you ever thought possible. And even if you don't find a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, remember that the world of coin collecting is about more than just money. It's about passion, history, and the thrill of discovery. The next time you hear the clink of a penny hitting the floor, think twice before you walk away. That seemingly insignificant coin could be the next big find. And when you discover that rare treasure, you'll know that it's not just the value of the coin that makes it special. It's the journey that got you there. The fascinating world of coin collecting, it's important to reflect on the broader implications of the 1988 penny's value and its place within the larger context of numismatics. The excitement surrounding error coins is only a small part of the ever-evolving world of coin collecting, which is a hobby that has been enjoyed for centuries. For many collectors, the appeal goes beyond financial gain. It's about preserving history, appreciating craftsmanship, and participating in a global community that spans across time and culture. The story of the 1988 penny is an example of how an unexpected twist of fate can turn a piece of everyday currency into a sought-after collectible. It's also a reminder of how the world of coins is shaped not just by what's intended, but by what's accidentally created in the process. Just as an off-center strike on a penny can result in a rare treasure, other coin mistakes throughout history have created some of the most valuable and fascinating pieces in the numismatic world. Take, for instance, the famous 1913 Liberty Head nickel, one of the most legendary coins in U.S. history. This coin, which was never meant to exist, was struck in error and only 5 examples are known to have survived. Despite its value, it wasn't intentionally created. The same principle applies to the 1988 penny. In the grand scope of history, it's a small detail, but that detail has captured the imagination of collectors, dealers, and enthusiasts for decades. The allure of error coins has only grown over the years. Coin collectors continue to be fascinated by those small, unique mistakes that make some coins stand out from the millions of others that are minted every year. It's a hobby that requires not only a deep understanding of coins and their production, but also a passion for discovery. And the 1988 penny, with its potential for rare errors, represents the type of find that keeps collectors engaged and constantly on the lookout for the next big prize. While the off-center 1988 penny is certainly the most famous of the error coins from that year, it's not the only one. Throughout the decades, the U.S. Mint has made other mistakes, and these errors continue to be valued by collectors. For example, some coins from earlier years, such as the 1943 steel cent or the 1972 double die obverse penny, have also fetched astronomical prices due to minting errors. The 1988 penny belongs to this rich tradition of coin errors that have transcended their humble beginnings to become objects of fascination and monetary value. In fact, one of the key reasons why error coins like the 1988 penny are so valuable is the element of surprise they carry. They're not something you can easily predict or find. You can study coin guides, attend auctions, and build relationships with dealers, but there's always an element of chance involved. You might be in the right place at the right time, sifting through a pile of pennies, and suddenly stumble upon a coin that could change your life. That's part of the magic of collecting. There's also an undeniable thrill in knowing that the coin you've just found has a story to tell, a story that goes beyond its physical appearance. A coin, especially one with an error like the 1988 penny, carries with it the history of its creation. It's a small snapshot of the time and place in which it was minted, reflecting not just the technical aspects of coin production but the larger forces at work in the world at that time. The 1988 penny, for example, was struck during a period of economic change in the United States. The value of the penny, though small, was still crucial to the country's monetary system, and its design reflected the nation's reverence for Abraham Lincoln. For many collectors, this connection to history is one of the most rewarding aspects of the hobby. Owning a coin like the 1988 penny is more than just a financial investment, it's a tangible piece of the past. And as time passes, the stories behind these coins only become more meaningful. What started as a minor minting mistake transforms into a testament to the ever-evolving story of American currency and the unique nature of the people who collect it. In addition to the thrill of discovery and the historical connection, there's a practical side to coin collecting as well. As more and more people become aware of the value of error coins, they're also becoming more invested in understanding how to evaluate the condition of their coins. The 1988 penny, for example, can vary widely in value depending on the quality of the error, how well it has been preserved, and how extreme the minting mistake is. A penny with a small off-center strike may fetch only a modest amount, while a coin with a dramatic, nearly blank space could fetch tens of thousands of dollars or more. Condition is one of the key factors in determining a coin's value, and collectors must learn to assess their finds carefully. Many enthusiasts turn to professional grading services to have their coins evaluated. These services, which assign a grade based on the coin's appearance and condition, are crucial for determining the market value of a coin. A coin graded with a higher condition can command a much higher price. It's one of the reasons why the 1988 penny that was sold for $144,000 was such a high-quality specimen. The value isn't just in the error, it's in how well the coin has survived over the years. As the world of numismatics continues to grow and evolve, it's fascinating to think about what the future holds for coins like the 1988 penny. As more and more people become interested in coin collecting, there will likely be a greater demand for rare and unique specimens. And as technology continues to advance, there will be even more ways for collectors to identify, preserve, and trade these valuable pieces of history. New discoveries will be made and new rarities will emerge, but no matter what the future holds, the 1988 penny will always stand as a reminder of how something as simple as a small mistake during the minting process can lead to extraordinary results. It's a testament to the fact that value isn't always about perfection. Sometimes the most valuable things in life are those that are imperfect, rare, and unexpected. So as you go about your coin collecting journey, remember the lesson of the 1988 penny. Even the most seemingly insignificant objects can hold tremendous worth. Whether you're looking for rare errors, completing a collection, or simply enjoying the process of learning about history through coins, the world of numismatics offers endless possibilities, and who knows? The next time you're reaching into your pocket for change, you might just come across the coin that turns your collection or even your life upside down. The 1988 penny, with its fascinating history and its potential for a substantial payoff, reminds us that sometimes the most valuable treasures come in the smallest of packages. The 1994 USA 1-cent penny might seem like just another common coin you toss into a jar or leave behind at the store, but what if I told you that this seemingly mundane piece of currency could be worth a lot more than just 1 cent? In fact, some of these pennies have sold for as much as $165,000. This might sound too good to be true, but it's not just a fairy tale, it's a fascinating reality in the world of coin collecting. Stick with me as we dive into the history, design, production, and ultimate value of the 1994 penny, a coin that, for many collectors, holds far more significance than you might expect. To begin, let's step back in time. By 1994, the penny had been a staple of American currency for over a century. Its evolution had seen many changes, but the design most familiar to us today was the one featuring President Abraham Lincoln. This was not the first design, but it has become one of the most iconic and enduring images on U.S. currency. The penny's history, however, is far richer than the simple presence of Lincoln's profile. Its design, production, and eventual status as a valuable collector's item tells the story of American history, economics, and the fascinating world of coin collecting. The penny has been a part of U.S. currency since 1793, when it was first introduced to the public. Over the years, its design has undergone numerous changes. The first pennies featured Lady Liberty on the obverse, but by the late 19th century, the U.S. Mint made a significant change to feature Abraham Lincoln on the coin. In 1909, the Lincoln cent was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the new design immediately made an impact, and it's been a part of U.S. currency ever since. Fast forward to the early 1990s. By 1994, the penny had undergone a few notable changes since its inception, including a transition from the original copper alloy to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. The change in metal was largely due to rising copper prices, which made it more expensive to produce pennies using pure copper. The new zinc-based composition was cheaper and still durable enough to be used in the minting process. By 1994, these pennies were being produced in vast quantities, millions upon millions of them. It's important to understand the context of the 1994 penny in terms of the larger economic and political landscape. The 1990s were a period of economic growth and prosperity in the United States. The country was experiencing the tail end of a strong economic recovery, and President Bill Clinton had been in office for a little over a year by the time these pennies were minted. It was a time of innovation and technology, with the dot-com bubble just beginning to take shape. The penny, however, remained largely unchanged in design and production methods until something happened in the minting process that would forever change the story of the 1994 penny. While most 1994 pennies are worth just 1 cent, some of them have become incredibly valuable due to a rare minting error. Like many coins, the 1994 penny was struck with precision by machines at the U.S. Mint, but every so often a tiny mistake occurs, resulting in a coin that is different from all the others. These mistakes can take many forms, but in the case of the 1994 penny, the error that caught the attention of collectors and numismatists was an off-center strike. Off-center errors occur when the dies that are used to stamp the design onto the coin are misaligned. This results in a coin where the design is shifted and part of the coin's surface is left blank. In some cases, the error is subtle with only a small portion of the coin's design shifted to the edge. But in other cases, the misalignment can be extreme, leaving a large portion of the coin with no design at all. The more extreme the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. In fact, some 1994 pennies with significant off-center strikes have sold for as much as $165,000, a sum that would make any coin collector's heart race with excitement. So, how does a coin with a minting error like this become worth so much? It all comes down to rarity and demand. When it comes to coin collecting, the rarity of a coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. In the case of the 1994 penny, the off-center strike is what makes these coins so rare. These minting errors are uncommon, and the more severe the error, the fewer examples of that coin exist in the world. The fact that a 1994 penny with a significant off-center strike is so rare and so visually striking makes it a highly coveted item among collectors, but it's not just the rarity of the coin that drives its value. It's also the appeal to collectors who specialize in error coins. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for unique pieces, and an off-center strike like the one seen on the 1994 penny is a prime example of the types of coins that collectors dream of finding. These coins have a story to tell. They're not just mass-produced, run-of-the-mill pennies. They're special, and their imperfections make them stand out in a way that perfectly minted coins never could. For many collectors, owning a coin like the 1994 penny with an off-center strike is a way to connect with the history of the U.S. Mint and its process of production. It's a reminder that, even in a highly automated and efficient minting process, mistakes happen. But those mistakes, those imperfections, are what make these coins valuable. To hold a coin like this is to hold a piece of history, a small but significant relic of an error that has become a treasure in the eyes of collectors. Now, if you're wondering how you can identify these valuable 1994 pennies in your own change, here's what you should look for. While most 1994 pennies will appear as standard coins, some of them will have that noticeable off-center strike. This means that the design, specifically the portrait of Abraham Lincoln and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, will be shifted. You might see part of the design cut off at the edge of the coin, or in more extreme cases, a portion of the coin might be left completely blank. The greater the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Of course, not every off-center 1994 penny will be worth tens of thousands of dollars. As with any collectible item, condition plays a key role in determining value. Coins that have been well preserved without significant wear or damage will typically command higher prices than those that are heavily worn or scratched. This is why some 1994 pennies with off-center strikes have sold for huge sums. They were in excellent condition, with the error being clearly visible and distinct. The 1994 penny is just one example of how something seemingly small and insignificant can hold great value. It's easy to overlook a penny when you're going about your day, but the world of coin collecting teaches us that even the most humble coins can be worth far more than their face value. Whether it's an off-center strike, a double die, or some other type of minting error, the thrill of discovering a rare and valuable coin is what keeps collectors hunting for that next big find. For some, the appeal of coin collecting goes beyond the monetary value. It's about the excitement of the chase. There's something exhilarating about finding a coin that you know is special, something that stands out from the rest. That feeling of discovery, of uncovering a hidden gem, is what drives collectors to keep searching through piles of change, scouring antique shops, or monitoring online auctions for their next big find. In the case of the 1994 penny, its value isn't just about the money, it's about the story behind the coin. It's about the history of the U.S. Mint and the process that led to the creation of this coin. It's about the mistakes that were made and how those mistakes turned into valuable treasures. And most importantly, it's about the people who collect and appreciate these coins and the community that has formed around this fascinating hobby. As we wrap up our exploration of the 1994 penny, it's important to remember that coin collecting is a hobby that continues to evolve. New coins are minted every year and new errors are made. The 1994 penny with its off-center strike may be one of the most valuable coins in circulation today, but who knows what other hidden treasures are waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the world of numismatics offers endless opportunities for discovery and excitement. So, the next time you find a 1994 penny in your pocket or purse, take a moment to inspect it closely. It might just be another coin, but it could also be the key to a rare and valuable treasure worth far more than 1 cent. In the world of coin collecting, sometimes the smallest, most overlooked coins can end up being the ones that make a big impact both on collectors and on your wallet. Keep your eyes open because you never know what might be lurking in your spare change. As we dive deeper into the world of coin collecting, the allure of discovering something rare and valuable becomes more evident. The 1994 penny is a perfect example of how an ordinary coin can suddenly take on extraordinary value based on the simplest of mistakes during the minting process. Whether it's a slightly off-center strike or another form of minting error, these coins give collectors a unique opportunity to find something that's both a piece of history and a potential treasure. But before you rush off to search through your coin jar, let's take a closer look at the broader world of coin collecting. It's not just about finding high-value coins, although that's certainly part of the excitement. It's also about the stories behind the coins, the rich history that each piece holds, and the connections that collectors form through their shared passion for numismatics. The world of coin collecting is a vast and intricate network of people, knowledge, and experience. Coins like the 1994 penny may be the star of the show in this particular story, but there are countless other coins with their own histories, quirks, and hidden treasures. Some coins are valuable because of historical significance, like coins from certain presidential administrations or coins commemorating important events. Others are valuable because of mistakes made during production. For example, some coins have double die errors where the minting dies didn't align properly, leading to the same design being struck twice in different positions. This error, though it might sound simple, has led to some of the most valuable coins in history. In many ways, the story of the 1994 penny is one that represents the intersection of art, technology, and human error. The design of the penny, with its detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, is an example of the artistic vision of the U.S. Mint. Yet, despite all the care that goes into designing and producing these coins, the occasional error occurs, and it's those errors that give birth to some of the most sought-after pieces in numismatic circles. The fact that such an error as an off-center strike could be worth so much is a testament to the passion and dedication of the coin collecting community. For collectors, each coin is a potential discovery. Each find, whether it's an old silver dollar or a seemingly inconspicuous penny, could be the key to unlocking a rare piece of history. It's this thrill of the hunt that keeps collectors engaged, constantly searching through change, attending coin shows, and studying books on numismatics. The 1994 penny, however, holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors. It's not just about the value it can fetch, it's about the significance of its rarity. Minting errors like this are rare, and the fact that a 1994 penny can sell for such a staggering amount illustrates the allure of these misprints. Even in a world filled with mass production and automated minting processes, there's still room for human error. And it's that error that makes these coins valuable and precious to collectors. Another fascinating aspect of the 1994 penny's value is the way it transcends generations of coin collectors. A penny that was worth just 1 cent when it was first minted now represents decades of numismatic evolution. The price of these rare pennies, particularly those with off-center strikes, has risen over time, not only because of scarcity but also due to the growing recognition of the importance of error coins in the collecting community. As new generations of collectors enter the hobby, the value of such coins can continue to rise as more people become aware of their significance. The appreciation of error coins, such as the 1994 penny, is an excellent example of how coin collecting is an ever-evolving field. While the value of coins can fluctuate based on a variety of factors, including market demand, the fascination with coins like these remains constant. In fact, as more and more collectors share their knowledge, and as the internet provides platforms for people to connect and share their discoveries, the world of coin collecting is becoming more accessible and more dynamic than ever before. For those who are new to coin collecting, the 1994 penny is an excellent starting point for diving into the world of error coins. It offers a tangible connection to a piece of history while also serving as an example of how a simple mistake can result in something extraordinary. In fact, for collectors who are just starting out, learning how to spot minting errors like the off-center strike on the 1994 penny can be an exciting challenge. It's a skill that takes time to develop, but once you start recognizing the nuances of these rare mistakes, you'll find that the world of numismatics opens up in new and fascinating ways. If you're thinking about starting your own coin collection or taking your hobby to the next level, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, it's important to build a solid foundation of knowledge. Studying the history of U.S. coinage, the various types of coins that have been minted over the years, and the different errors that can occur will give you the tools to identify valuable coins. Resources like coin guides, online databases, and expert forums can provide valuable insights and help you stay up to date with the latest trends in coin collecting. Another key aspect of collecting is understanding the importance of coin grading. The value of any coin, whether it's a 1994 penny or a rare 1913 Liberty Head nickel, is heavily influenced by its condition. Coins that are well-preserved and have minimal wear and tear are far more valuable than those that are scratched, damaged, or corroded. Professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) or the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) can assess the condition of your coins and provide an official grade that will help you determine their value. Of course, not every coin you come across will be a hidden treasure. Most coins, like the 1994 penny, will likely remain just what they appear to be, a 1-cent piece. But even so, there's still value in the hunt. The thrill of discovering a rare coin, the satisfaction of adding to your collection, and the connection to history that coin collecting provides are all part of the joy of this hobby. Whether it's an off-center 1994 penny, a rare silver coin, or a historical commemorative piece, there's something magical about holding a coin in your hand and knowing that it's more than just a piece of currency. It's a small, tangible piece of history. In the end, the story of the 1994 penny reminds us that value is not always tied to the face value of a coin. Sometimes the true worth of an object is hidden beneath its surface, waiting to be discovered. It's a reminder that even the most ordinary of items can have extraordinary value. And in the world of coin collecting, where each discovery can be a journey through time, you never know when the next hidden treasure will reveal itself. So, the next time you find yourself holding a penny, whether it's from 1994 or any other year, take a moment to look a little closer. That small, humble coin might just hold a story or even a fortune that's waiting to be uncovered. The continued journey of coin collecting is one that spans generations. As we look back, the world of numismatics has grown, evolved, and captivated the imaginations of collectors and enthusiasts for centuries. Whether it's the 1994 penny, the highly sought-after 1913 Liberty Head nickel, or the iconic 1943 copper penny, each coin tells a story, offers insight into its era, and provides collectors with a chance to connect with history in a unique and personal way. And while some may wonder why something as small and simple as a penny could carry such incredible value, the answer lies in the layers of history, rarity, and passion for the hobby. One of the reasons the 1994 penny stands out is because of the combination of rarity and the timing of the mistake that occurred during minting. Errors like these aren't just about a misalignment. They are a snapshot of the process behind how coins are made. To understand why a coin error like the off-center 1994 penny is so valuable, it's important to consider the intricacies of minting itself. The U.S. Mint uses highly specialized machines, and each coin is struck under immense pressure. When something goes wrong during this process, it creates a rare artifact, a mistake that, through the eyes of a collector, transforms into a treasure. In the case of the off-center 1994 penny, it wasn't just about the imperfection, but about how that imperfection resonated with collectors who understood the rarity and the story behind it. As collectors dive into the world of error coins, they begin to understand that it's not just the coin's age or composition that makes it valuable, but the imperfections, those unique characteristics, that can elevate a coin from being common to extraordinary. Errors like the off-center strike make a coin stand out, and its rarity makes it desirable. Collectors across the globe compete for the chance to add these rare pieces to their collections, driving up demand and, ultimately, their value. There is something almost poetic about the 1994 penny. In its mass production, millions of pennies were struck by the U.S. Mint, and most of them circulated just like any other everyday coin. But among them, a few rare errors were produced, giving those particular pennies a story to tell. These errors connect the present with the past, a testament to the coin's journey from a mere cent to a collector's treasure. It highlights the charm of numismatics. Finding something rare in the most unexpected of places, like a pocket change jar, a change tray at a store, or even a coin roll from your local bank. The hunt for these rare coins becomes a journey not just through history, but through the art of finding hidden gems. And so, the world of coin collecting thrives, not just because of the quest for valuable coins, but because of the shared sense of community among collectors. Whether they're meeting at coin shows, engaging in online forums, or sharing their discoveries with friends and family, collectors come together to celebrate the hobby. There's an undeniable thrill in uncovering a hidden treasure, in owning a piece of history that others might have overlooked. It's about the joy of learning, the excitement of finding something rare, and the deep satisfaction of building a collection that has meaning to you. For some collectors, the value of a coin like the 1994 penny is measured not just in monetary terms, but in personal significance. It may represent a lifelong pursuit, a passion for history, or even a family heirloom passed down through generations. Coins often hold sentimental value, not just for their rarity, but because they represent personal milestones or family traditions. In the case of the 1994 penny, it's a symbol of how something as simple as a coin can have meaning beyond its intended purpose. It's a reminder that there's more to life than the everyday. It's about taking the time to appreciate the small things, the details that might otherwise go unnoticed. If you're someone who's just beginning to explore the world of coin collecting, the 1994 penny offers an exciting introduction. It's not just a single coin. It's a gateway into a world filled with stories, mysteries, and valuable discoveries. With the right resources and a bit of patience, you could find yourself uncovering a piece of American history, whether that's through an error coin like the 1994 penny, a rare minting variation, or a coin that connects to a historical event. The great thing about coin collecting is that it's accessible to almost anyone. You don't need to have deep pockets to get started, and you don't need to be an expert to find your first treasure. Coins are everywhere, often in the pockets and purses of everyday people. As you go through your daily routine, you might come across a coin that others have overlooked, and who knows, it could be worth far more than its face value. It's this element of surprise, this constant possibility of discovering something incredible, that keeps the hobby alive and thriving. As you continue to grow in your knowledge of coins, you'll find that the journey becomes just as rewarding as the discoveries themselves. Learning about the history of various coins, understanding the nuances of coin grading, and becoming familiar with the different types of errors that occur during minting will give you an invaluable skill set that can be applied to a wide variety of coins. And remember, the 1994 penny, while rare and valuable for its off-center strike, is just one example of the many opportunities for discovery that await collectors. The coin collecting community is diverse, encompassing people from all walks of life, young and old, seasoned collectors, and new enthusiasts alike. It's a hobby that brings people together and fosters learning, appreciation for history, and the thrill of finding something unique. Whether you're hunting for your next big find or simply enjoying the beauty of a well-maintained coin, there's always something new to discover in the world of numismatics. In conclusion, the story of the 1994 penny with its off-center strike is one that encapsulates the magic of coin collecting. From a humble penny to a rare collectible worth $165,000, it's a testament to how even the smallest and most ordinary objects can carry great value. It's a reminder that rarity and imperfection can make something extraordinary, and that in the world of numismatics, every coin has a story waiting to be uncovered. So, the next time you hold a penny in your hand, whether it's from 1994 or any other year, take a moment to examine it closely. It might just be the key to unlocking a treasure trove of history, or maybe even a life-changing discovery. After all, in the world of coins, anything is possible, and the thrill of the hunt is always just around the corner. Keep your eyes peeled, because you never know when you'll find the next rare gem in your change.